Hey girl, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's that song? Can you hear me? Na 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 na. Hey, can you hear me? Mm, mm, mm. Oh, thank you, baby.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry about that. I was so busy with something.
This whole time I'm like, oh my God, she's ignoring me.
Not even. Shame.
How you doing, girl?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm alright. I'm alright. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. Yeah.
Hey, it is Sunday, but I'm good. Okay, do you have your chart available?
You have mine.
Girl, I need to see if I still have it on here. Let me find it. Oh, I do have it. Never mind.
Okay. No, it's fine then. It's
Good
fine.
thing I still have it.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what. Okay.
let's see. Okay,
Mm,
so where am I? Got so many things open. Since you're the only one here, you do know about the variables, right?
yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna just get a little bit deeper into that. We'll start off with I think I put the picture already underneath that tweet that I put up. So we'll start with your digestion. Okay, digestion. Hot. Oh yes. Almost forgot that you have the same one as me. Okay, digestion. Okay, so the way you read the variables now
Mm-hmm.
is you will look at I think the first one is called the color now. So that would be the number that you see first on that top left arrow. So your
Okay.
number is number 3 now.
Okay, let me just look for my chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can follow along, huh?
Um. Hmm. You sent it, ne?
Yes. But that
Ugh.
was a while back, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just wanna
Must I send it to you again?
see. What's your email address? Because I just wanna search it on my Gmail account.
Leah Manaka. No, I sent it to you on WhatsApp with my
Mm.
other number. I must have
No.
organics one, didn't I?
Here is it. Here is it. You sent
You
it
found
to
it on
me.
email.
Yes.
Jeez Louise, wow, my memory.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So we're looking at the top left arrow now.
Okay, top left arrow, the 3-1.
Yes. So
Okay.
you'll see when you go to variables and you look at digestion, digestion gives you, I'm gonna put this picture actually on the comments as well. So it starts with the color, which is your number 3. That's thirst. It's called thirst.
Okay.
Okay. And then the fact that it is pointing to the left means that it's hot thirst. So it's not just thirst, it's hot thirst.
It's hot thirst. All right.
Yes. And then there is a tone. So the number after the 3 is called tone. So that's a 1.
Okay.
And that tone allows you to see let me just see if I can find it here, your cognition. Let me just find an easier way to say cognition for you.
No, it's fine.
Because it is actually on your chart. Cognition is I think it's, give me a second. What's that called? Oh, it's your super sense. It's your super sense. So you have your digestion, your normal digestion, and then you'll have your cognition, which is your super sense. So your super sense is basically the best way you are able to detect anything that surrounds you.
All right.
Okay, and then since let me just put this picture on the thing quickly so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so that tweet that I put up, not too much noise, Baba. And then you'll see the picture that I just put now. So you start with the color, which is the ones on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see yours is 3, which is thirst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and then when you go to the right of that, you'll see left fixed means that it's pointing, the arrow itself is pointing left.
Left. Okay, it is better. And I love hot food, warm food. I cannot eat cold food.
That's
I
your
I
body
can
telling you.
I cannot. I always you think that I am cooking the food again. I need it to be extra hot when I warm it up.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I
That's
cannot.
crazy, eh?
It is. Mm-mm, I don't like cold food.
Mm. I find
Yeah,
that
and
that's because I have the same one. I find that happens to me as well. So I like always being warm. I like spicy food, hot food, and
exactly.
like some of the
Yes.
ones that have like a little tang to them as well. Like if it's lemon,
Exactly.
I will have it.
Yeah, lemon, black pepper, ginger, everything, cayenne pepper.
Exactly. So
And
that also connects to you. Give me 1 second. I think somebody's trying to do something.
okay.
Okay, cool. So, the other thing that I was trying to explain to you is the tone. So remember the number after the 3, that's your tone.
Yes.
But that connects you to your strongest sense. So your strongest sense is smell. So if you look at the top of that picture, it says tone 1 is smell.
All right.
So you are probably most likely to, when it comes to digestion, anything that you want to have, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's clothes, whether it's food, whatever it is, you can smell it and you might actually enjoy the smell.
Yes.
So,
So like
yes,
even with food, it can look appetizing, delicious, but if it doesn't smell good, I don't want it.
there we go.
Mm. I don't want it. But yeah, my smell, it's very strong. Like literally anything, anyone, I know how to differentiate.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's actually really cool, eh?
Mhm. It is cool. It is.
That's actually really cool. So yeah, that's something that you need to always remember when it comes to your digestion. Because remember, digestion has to do with everything that you take in.
Yes.
Yes. So it does link to your environment as well. But it's usually better to start with digestion to know if you're in the right place. So you can even get into a office. If it doesn't smell right, girl, leave.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that makes sense.
Leave. Okay. So the next one. Do you have any questions regarding that one?
No, 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 I don't. Everything is, it makes sense. I understand.
Okay, cool. Leaves. Then we have in which one did I post? Environment. I just posted a very colorful sort of thing right now.
Okay, let me go to that tweet. All right, I see it.
Okay, cool. So we do the same for this arrow. So the environment is the bottom left arrow.
Okay,
And then yours is, let's see, let's
three.
get to your chart again.
It's three. Kitchen, ne?
Yes, 3. So kitchen. And then if you look at what it says about pointing, where's yours pointing? Pointing right.
What's pointing right, ne?
Yes. So because yours is pointing right, you are more of the, I think it's called dry,
Dry
oh,
places.
yeah, dry places. There's another word for it. It's kitchen, wet kitchens, and yes, it's dry kitchens. It's called dry kitchens.
Dry kitchens, all right.
Yes. So you need to be in spaces that are less humid and less hot. So when it comes to anything that comes into contact with your body, so nothing now it's not about what's inside your body, it's about what comes into contact with your body or the areas that you go into. It shouldn't be too hot or too humid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So let's see. And kitchens, remember, it's also the place where you create things. So wherever you create can be a kitchen. Anywhere where you put things together, like trying to think of one of the things that you like to do. So your readings basically are already a kitchen's sort of reading because you like to put everything in one space or one place.
Yes, okay.
So that's how you know that you are moving in the right direction because you are putting, say, your tarot and your astrology and your human design, and you're putting it all together in one place,
Anyway.
and that's where you create your magic.
Oh, those combinations.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
okay.
almost like cooking, because remember, cooking, you add your different spices, you
Yeah.
add your different types of foods, and if it's good, you feel good about it. So, yours just doesn't, it mustn't be too hot. Like, mine, I like it because it's the other side, it's the wet kitchens.
Okay.
So I like spaces that are humid, warm. I don't really like aircon much because I feel like it's always messing with my throat and my nose and stuff like that. But you might actually like aircons.
I like it. Like I literally sleep with it. I sleep with it. Hot places they make me. Yo, I don't like them. I can't sleep if it's too hot.
Oh wow.
I
That's
feel
actually
like
quite
I'm suffocating.
interesting.
I don't even wear socks to bed. I try to, but
Yeah.
I usually take them off during the night.
That's actually very interesting because I leave my socks on. I need to be physically warm to be comfortable. If I'm not physically warm, I am not too loud, Levi. Please, baby. So I need to be physically warm to be comfortable. Like I'll even today, it's not hot, it's not cold today, but I'm wearing a hoodie and socks. So yeah, but for that one, what we can do because it is about creation and all of that, and I mean you already do that. So the one
Mhm.
thing that I'm gonna try do is send you some videos regarding this specifically because I don't think a lot of people talk about dry kitchens a lot. I haven't seen it much.
No, I haven't. Even
Yeah.
environment, even the variables, people barely speak about them.
Oh, really? That's interesting. That means I have to talk about it more.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for that one? Because that one, I don't have much information about it, but I can send you stuff.
No, I don't have questions. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because at the moment it's just only the combination of my different services, yeah, that I can link to the kitchen.
Okay. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's other things that you do that is all in one place, but you haven't really like thought about it. Because not
No,
something
I
that you
haven't.
really need to think about. Like you're not going to think about it every day. You probably, if you're following your intuition, you're probably already following your human design.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Hi, hello. Oh my goodness gracious. My Twitter now is decided to not click on anything. I can't even see your full name. Lamuzi. Say Lamuzi. Hi. This is an interactive space. So when I'm done with Divine Mother, then you can request the mic and I'll help you with your chart as well. because we're discussing the variables. Okay, and then the next one, I can't put the picture. I'm so upset. Okay, let me see if I try refresh this, guys. Give me 1 second.
All right. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. The next one is is motivation.
Oh.
So if you check, yes, God, we
Mm.
like the same person, okay? So if you check the next picture that I put up, that's the motivation one.
Okay.
Okay,
All
and
right.
the way you read the chart again, remember that's your top right arrow.
Okay.
And
Top
the
right.
way you'll, yes.
Two.
So I'm sure you know by now. Try, see if you can find it yourself,
Yeah, it's
since you
pointing.
already know it.
It's pointing to the left.
Okay. So that means you are hope, motivation, and you are looking for God.
You.
I know it sounds weird,
It doesn't
but
sound
it's like,
weird. It makes
hmm.
sense. It
Oh,
makes
okay,
sense.
good.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, like what it says, they know something is happening that it can't see, something outside of themselves. So, mine is also pointing left, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that obviously means that you know that you can connect to outside sources or you work with outside, let's say, forces in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably work with, like I said, you already work with tarot, astrology, human design. You probably work with nature. Um, you probably work with your intuition. You probably work with other people.
Yeah.
Yes. So you know that God is outside of you and you know there's a higher power, but you know that you're also part of it.
Okay. I get that.
Yes, yes. Okay.
And then, okay.
Yeah.
No, you can talk.
No, I was gonna say hope motivation is not necessarily like that difficult to understand unless there's something that you've been struggling with in terms of it.
No, because I feel like I've been, connected to God way, way, way before, even as a child.
Mm,
Like I've always known, no, no, things are gonna work out. I don't have to stress about this,
yeah.
you know. So I feel like my motivation was the one thing that was easy for me to understand when it came to my human design chart. The motivation and, the aura type.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, those were the two things that were easier for me to understand because, like, this is me, Mos.
Yes. And I think
Mm,
that's what I like about human design is because it connects you back to either things that you left behind or things that you've always been connected to. It reminds you that, listen, this is who you've always been. Like,
this is.
just
Mm,
remember it. Yes. Hello, hello. Wait, I need to just make sure I say hello to everyone. So, loving sweetness. Hey, so after I'm done with Divine Mother, you can also request the mic. I'm gonna start with Yo. Am I gonna see your full name now? Lamuzinda. I'm gonna start with Lamuzinda, and then we can go to you. It's basically interactive, so I'm gonna look at your chart and help you with your primary health system. There we go. Okay. What was I going to say about so hope motivation? Back to that. The biggest thing that I've realized. So I have a friend at work who is what's the one that she is innocence, right? And what I've realized is that innocence people need to detach a little more than hope people. So they have very similar ways of moving. They mustn't do anything. They mustn't try fix anything. They mustn't try follow anyone, you know. Um, and innocence is the one that is more of, okay, cool. I already know this is going to happen. It's done. Let me just sit and do everything else. Whereas hope is more of a thing that you know it's gonna happen. You have that faith, like the same faith that they talk about in the Bible. That faith that moves mountains. Hope motivation is basically that. You just need to have huge amounts of faith that anything that you put your mind to or you set your mind to, you'll be connected to it. So that's mainly what hope is. Whether it's the anti-theist side or the theist side, it's both the same thing. Because the one side is basically knowing that you are God, and then the other one is basically knowing that you're connected to God. It's basically the same thing. Um, do you have any questions?
No, no questions. Everything is everything is a okay. I know I have a foundation in human design, so
Yeah, I'm just asking to make sure because I know.
no, it's fine. I understand.
Okay, cool. So let's go to the next one, which is called perspective.
Okay,
I
I
already
don't.
posted the picture.
Okay, let me go check.
Okay, so
Okay.
perspective has to do with the way you experience and interpret the world. There was something that Jade said. I don't know if you follow Jade on Twitter.
Yeah, I
JD. Yeah. She spoke of how your motivation is how you start or how you know when to start your manifestations, right?
mm-hmm.
So if you have that feeling of hope or faith, that's when you know that you can start all those things that you want to do. And then the perspective is how you keep those things alive. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
yours, let's see yours. 5-1.
Okay.
So five, hey, I didn't even look at
Probability
which way it's pointing. Left.
pointing left.
Yeah, so your probability, and because it's pointing left, let me just see. Okay, I think this one only has the access to you stay. Oh no. Actually, let me see if I can find it. There should be another version of this picture that I just sent. This is the one that's actually given me the most difficulty. This one is the one because it feels like nobody really speaks about it. No, there's
Mm-mm.
not much information. Almost like, okay, you just figure it out yourself. That's why I'm saying that. But no, it's fine. We'll just deal with what we have. So probability, like you can see what it says, means here to have the capacity to see what is going to happen. Realistic, pragmatic, more focused, and rigid. So yeah, assumption of expectation. So basically that just means that yes, as much as you need to have the hope, you also need to have a bit more of the logic. Like think of it in a logical way. So you'll have the
Hmm.
feeling of hope, but you still need to think about whether it's possible or not. Does that make sense?
I think it does.
Hello.
I think it does make sense.
Did I stop sounding? What's going on?
I can
Is
hear
my
you.
network off? What's happening? Oh, you're still here.
Yes, I can hear
Okay, I'll
you.
give you a moment.
Can you hear me now?
Let me invite the others to the mic quickly.
Hello. Can anyone
Are you
hear
back,
me?
madam? Okay, I think she was busy. Okay. La Hey bo, ma'am, you back? Okay. Sur. Approve. Hey, I approved it.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, are you back?
I am, but I don't think I'm audible. Okay.
Okay, wait, let me refresh mine. I'm not sure if it's on my side. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, Okay, see, I can't hear you at all. But I just wanted to say that okay, let's go to the next person. I'll finish up with Sia a bit later. Yo. When you come onto the mic, please tell me how you say your name, please. La Muzinda. Can you please accept the mic so we can have a chat? So we can have a chat. Sia, are you back, my
La
love?
Muzinda.
Because now
La
I can't hear
Muzinda.
you.
And I don't know what's
It
happening
doesn't
between
even
you
look
and
like
Sia, because
Sia.
hello.
Did something break with my thing?
Hello.
Because I can see that you guys are speakers, but for some reason it's not. Okay, let me refresh. Let me refresh.
Hmm.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How do you say your name?
It's Lamuzinda.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Lamuzinda.
I'm gonna have to practice Lamuzinda. Okay, is that your actual name?
No, my actual name is Mihle. Mihle, yeah.
Oh, guys, don't laugh at me. Okay, cool. Have you ever looked at your human design chart before?
Yes, actually, I got a mini reading from you when around Feb. Yes, I think so.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Mihle. I just found your chart.
Dango.
Okay, there we go. I just found. Okay, cool. Just to make sure, 22nd May, ne?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, we're gonna start off with. Just give me 1 second. Sia, just listen in, and then if you have any questions at the end, we'll just have a chat, ne? Okay, so we're gonna start off. If you can check that tweet that I sent at the beginning of the day, well, it wasn't the beginning of the day. It was probably almost midday. We're gonna start with your what's the first one? What's this thing? Oh, your digestion. Sorry. So top left arrow. Do you have your chart in front of you?
Yes. Yes, I do have my mic. My chat open. I was checking
Okay,
my
cool.
mic if it's on, but yeah, okay.
No, it's fine. Okay, so what I was explaining is the way you read your chart, né? But obviously, it's usually already done. But if ever you get to a point where you have to read somebody else's chart and say you don't have access to a website where it gives you all the explanations at the bottom, you'll kind of have a understanding of how to do it. So,
Okay.
um, your digestion. If you check the very first picture that I posted, it should be the one that's more blue than all of them. I think it's called determination. It says PHS determination on it. Can you see it?
Yes, I see that one.
Okay, cool. So from your chart, you have the top left arrow is 4 4 and it's pointing right. Okay. So 4 would be touch, pointing right would be nervous. Oh, you have the same as my son. Hey. So you have nervous touch as your digestion, and then the tone is inner vision. Oh, my son also has the same vision as that. So this is your strongest sense. So this speaks of the simplest way you are able to connect to the world around you. Okay. So inner vision literally just means that you are probably somebody who has visions. You probably are somebody that dreams a lot. And if you haven't taken those visions and dreams seriously, you need to start, because that's where a lot of things make more sense than in your normal 3D sort of living. Does that make any sense?
Yes, yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
Mm.
And then nervous touch basically means that you need to be doing something else while you take in information. So whether you're eating, whether you're studying, whether you're trying to understand something, anything that is digested into your aura, you need to do it while doing something else. So you could either do it while listening to music, while watching something else. Like you're probably somebody who likes to do many things at once, because if you do one thing, you'll either get bored or you won't be able to understand any of the information that's given to you. So maybe eating standing up, or eating having a conversation, or watching a movie, or even doing your work. That's the best way that you can digest your food. Have you done that before?
Actually, this morning I was looking at a video and I was talking while eating, and I thought that's so weird. I shouldn't be doing that. Can't you? It's the exact opposite.
That's exactly what you should be doing. That's
Okay, I
exactly what
get
you should be
that.
doing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you have any questions about this part?
No, no questions. No questions.
Okay, cool. So we go to environment. Environment is the colorful one. When we look at your environment, that's the bottom left arrow. So yours is 4 3 and pointing left. So if we check that, the 4 is mountain, and then
Missy, 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 Missy. Hello. Oh, hello. Yes, yes, I can hear you, Manje.
you don't want us to know this information? Hmm? What? Okay, Baba, you can go eat. I'm gonna come now. I'm gonna come now, ne? I'm still live, Baba. Yes, Tamai, cut. Okay. Then the next one we're looking at is the colorful one, environment. So, like I was saying, you are. I don't know if you heard this part. You are 4-3, which means you are left fixed active mountain. So, when it comes to spaces and environment, you need to have a higher perspective. So, I forgot to explain this to Divine Mother as well, is that when it comes to environment, it could also be the kinds of people you are connected to, or the
Mm-hmm.
kinds of spaces you allow yourself to connect to. So since you are um, mountains, you might feel better experiencing or living at the top of a, what do they call those, the top space in a hotel, like that, the very highest part. I forget what that room is called.
Yeah, I see that one.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's where you would feel more comfortable or better. Even if, say, you had a bunk bed, for example, you might feel more comfortable at the top than at the bottom. I don't know
Mm.
if you've ever experienced any place where you had to choose the higher seating in a sort of sense, or the higher sleeping place, or instead of being straight on the floor, you'd probably rather have a higher bed or sit on a high chair or bar stools or something like that. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, I used to stay on the 13th floor,
Gail.
but now I'm back in the ground. But and I can't see anything. Like your young frustrator, that thing, young frustrator. Because yeah, I really need to see angazi better view and whatever. We lost you again. Okay. Yes, now I can hear you.
So this is going to be such a difficult, but it's fine.
Yes,
Um,
excuse.
so something that you can do to make you feel elevated is
Yeah.
to decorate your home in a way that makes you feel a little more elevated. So having your maybe TV, what do they call it when they put it on the wall?
Mounting it.
Yes. So if your
Okay.
TV is not mounted, put your TV mounted. If
Okay.
you have shelves and all of that, you can put your plants on shelves, you can put your books on shelves. So it's like in a higher place. That's gonna make you feel a little better at the bottom floor.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Elevated again. Okay, I get that. And I was at peace, Ganjan, when I used to stay in the 13th floor. Aish, this life thing. Feel elevated. Wait for
Hello, 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 hello. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yay. Can you hear me? You can tell I've never done this before. Well, I have, but honestly, this is wow. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, cool. Um, what were we speaking about? Okay. Did you have any questions for the what's this called? The environment
But
part.
no, no questions.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I can't tell how my phone is, guys. Technology. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Motivation. Top right arrow. Okay. Your top
Mm,
right arrow.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I saw the motivation one.
Oh, you saw it already.
I mean the one that you sent on Twitter, the picture.
Yes. So that
Yeah.
one is the one that's got purple and blue.
Yeah, I see it. Platform blue, and mine is desire mostly.
Yes.
Okay.
So yours is desire. Um, and desire, like you can see there, has to do with which way is this thing pointing? Give me a second. Right. Okay. So you are a follower. Don't think of the words. No, don't think of the words in a bad way. Don't think of the words in a bad way. So let's see. Follow their own direction, Wabon,
Yeah.
and what is correct for themselves, not another person. So basically, when they're saying, I don't know why they use that word. That's horrible. But technically, you're following your own lead. I think that's what they were trying to say in that.
Mm,
So you shouldn't focus on anyone else and what anybody else is trying to show you or direct you to. You need to follow your own lead. So, say for example, I give you advice now,
yeah.
and in your gut you're like, nah, this is not right. And say your gut wants to go for something else completely. That's what you must follow. Whether I'm older than you, whether I have experience, no matter what, you need to follow your own guidance, your inner guidance. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yo, yo.
That makes sense. Okay. And Danny, the last one is perspective. Okay, and oh, I forgot. There's another part of motivation that I should probably post up here. There's transference when it comes to motivation. Um, this I think is very important, especially like I was explaining to Divine Mother, when you follow your motivation. Um, oh, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Wow. But yeah, you follow your motivation is basically your guide for when it comes to when you need to start the things that you want to do. So say for example you have a business that you want to start.
Mm,
Your inner guidance will be the one that guides you to when to start. That's what your motivation is. It'll guide you in a sense that, listen, okay, let's start it now. So that's a good thing. Plus, you're a manifesting generator. You can do anything, literally. Okay, there's something that I posted now. It's the. I wonder if. Do I sound like I'm echoing?
mm.
Okay,
No.
good. So there's the other one. Okay. The one that I just posted now is the transference. This is the one that I really like for motivation because it will remind you when you're not in the right motivation. So for you, being desire, you must never go into innocence. So you mustn't let yourself fall into the innocence one. I don't like what they wrote on the transference there, but if you look at innocence at the top, it says no agenda, no plan, no reason, just be. Nah,
Okay.
that's not
Yeah.
you. As soon as you find yourself doing that, it's wrong. Move back. You're in the wrong lane.
So
You need to go back.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
getting this one. So if like example like was, let's say I want to start a business, and then if my gut feeling says I should do it, then I should just go for it. I shouldn't second guess it and think of other things. Is that what you mean?
Yes, yes. Your guidance is the one that is the most important.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm saying don't let it transfer to innocence is because innocence are people who just need to wait for things to happen for them. Basically, yes, yes, you do your own things on the side and whatever. But like when it comes to like say starting a business or buying a house or anything like that, that will come to them.
Oh, okay.
Whereas with you, you are more of a mover and a shaker. You kind of start the things, and it even aligns with your type, which is manifesting generator,
Yeah.
because you basically have the ideas and the energy to move the ideas. Does that
Oh,
make sense?
yeah, bro.
Okay, cool. Then the last one, that's perspective. Like I was saying, perspective is how you keep your motivation. I mean, how you keep your manifestations. So that's the part where every time you see yourself maybe falling into innocence, you need to go to this and see what this is. So yours is, let's see, 2, 3 pointing left. So 2 is possibility. So that means you need to see the possibility in anything. A sampler, great for the spirit, can avoid all. Yeah, okay, so you're a sampler. Let's start like that. Oh my God, I'm just reading this thing. You're a sampler. You're the kind of person who is more likely to be at the beginning of the line. Like, say things are supposed to be happening, right?
Mm.
Or something, like, say you have a new idea, you are most likely to be one of the people who first gets it to be alive in a sense because you have all of these energetics in you that move you as a leader, but you're leading yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, you said I'm a four
Yes.
six.
So I said what?
With the perspective one, did you say it's a 4 6?
uh okay, 2, 3. So you are possibilities. You just need to
Oh,
know that there's a possibility for things to happen. So if your possibility or your belief in the possibility of it disappears, that's when you know that you're in the wrong energy.
okay, okay.
Yes. So the one thing that they say here is can avoid all the sadness in life. Don't turn things into expectations. And then the person who coined human design or created human design says that you specifically with possibility can be the God freaks. What does that mean? Okay, so the way I'm understanding it is that you can possibly be the person who can do everything
Okay.
and get everything up and running from the ground all the way to the top. That's what I'm getting from what I saw with your primary health system. Is there any part that's confusing you?
No, no.
Okay. So when I'm linking it to primary health system, that actually just means that your environment and digestion, which is your physicality, needs to be on point. And then your motivation and perspective also need to be on point. Once you link your unconscious and your conscious side, you move correctly, which means that you will be healthy.
Okay. Conscious and
Yes.
unconscious.
And then also, if you look at your chart, it also reminds us of yin and yang because the physical side is the left side, but that is the unconscious side. That's the side that happens to us automatically. That's not something that we realize or notice.
Mm.
Whereas in all the other stuff, the motivation and the perspective, which is actually something that is within you, it's on the right side, and that's the conscious side. So that kind of reminds me that with every physical thing you do, there'll be a little bit of spirituality, and every spiritual thing that you do, there'll be a little bit of physicality. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Do we have any other questions for your specific ones?
No, no questions. No questions.
Okay, awesome. Loving sweetness. Hello. Let me see if I can invite you to chat. Yo. Technology, yeah. This thing is confusing. Loving sweetness, are you still there? Hello. Hello. I'm still audible, right?
Yeah, it's still audible.
Okay. Loving sweetness seems to have disappeared, so I guess we'll wait for her to accept the mic. Hi, Rain. This is a interactive space. So if you'd like me to help you with your primary health system, we're gonna have to. Okay, that person's gone. That person's gone. Okay. Since loving sweetness is not saying anything, I'll start speaking on my own chart. Okay, so what's the first one? My digestion is on 3-2. Okay. So my digest. Oh, it's actually 3-2. My bad. I thought mine was small also. Anyway, 3-2. That is pointing left. That is hot thirst, and that simply means that body temperature food is what I eat. Body temperature and above. And if it's not hot like that, then it needs to be at least spicy or tangy or like just something that kind of wakes you up. That is what hot thirst is for me. And my highest, what's this thing? Did I call it? My highest sense is tone two, which is taste. So I connect better with the taste of things. And luckily for me, like I was explaining to Divine Mother, as much as you can connect to things with your smell, I connect to things with taste. So lucky for me, the scent is very close to the taste buds. So if you can smell something, sometimes you can really taste it. Unless I'm the only person who can do that, or because I already have taste as one of my strongest senses. Okay, and then oh, and guys, if any of you follow Loving Sweetness, please do send her a message. I would like to do her one as well, but anyway, let me carry on. Do you follow her, Divine Mother?
I can call her. I have her number.
Oh, okay, yeah. Please check with her if she still wants me to just have a look at hers. Thank you, babes. Okay, then environment. My environment is 3-3. 3-3 is your left facing arrow, and that is hot kitchens. I am basically supposed to be in humid spaces, but in spaces that connect to making things into one thing. So if you check the kitchen, kitchen is where people make things, create things, and we put a lot of things together, and all these things that we're putting together make one beautiful thing, which is usually food. But as a kitchens person, it usually means that we are able to put a lot of things together to create something beautiful, right? And with kitchens, what I tend to do, because I don't like to be in one place a lot, if I've been sitting at my desk maybe the whole day, um, then I stand up. I can already tell in my body that I don't want to be here. And then I stand up and I go have conversations with people. And that's me mingling with other people, having conversations about different things and hearing what they have to say. Sometimes that sparks up ideas, right? And that's the nice thing about being in the right environment. You can actually move yourself in a way where the things around you allow that. So, like I was saying, some people might have mountain or valley, but there are ways to make even your home or your desk connected to that specific thing. And also, like I was saying to Divine Mother, I literally wear socks. If it's too cold, I wear socks. If it's like even a little bit chilly, I wear my hoodie. Or I'll have my blanket on the couch. I love warmth. I don't want to be even a little bit cold. I think it's the most uncomfortable experience ever. Um, yeah. And then my motivation is 2-4, hope motivation. And my arrow is pointing right. Kanti, I was lying. Okay, my arrow is pointing right. Sorry, guys. I don't have my information in my head. That's why sometimes I think things are the same because there's so many intricate parts to human design. Anyway, so my motivation is hope, which is the color 2, and the tone is, I think I said 3. Yes, the tone is 3. So that means, okay, give me a second. 2-4. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's 2-4. So it's hope with the anti-theist. So I'm probably the one person. If you've ever seen any of my YouTube videos or my TikTok videos, I always speak on how I believe that I am God, and not necessarily putting myself above God, but knowing that I am a connection of God, type of a thing. Like when I speak, I feel that that is a connection straight from the heavens. And I feel that that is honestly the best way that I can explain it. Because when I was still a Christian, it felt almost forceful. I, being hope, motivation, and being anti-theist, I follow what my body says I need to do when it comes to spiritual things. I follow what it is that lights me up, as a generator. So Christianity for me was very difficult because everything was like a planned thing, like you have to do it or you're going to hell. I always felt like I was in a box or caged up because it was like, what do you mean? This doesn't seem right. There were certain things that you were doing them, and I mean, it felt good because they do have the right um, what's that frequency when it comes to their music. They know exactly what frequency to use. It's just sometimes it's like it's easy to manipulate those kind of energies if you know what you're doing. So Hillsong music has the right frequency, which is why I always felt so good about it. But it's the message behind it that always just kind of triggered me. I'm like, what are you saying? So Anyway, that's a little bit of my life story. And then the last one for me, which is the one that I'm still working on, is the one I'm still working on is perspective. The other ones were really easy to do because it feels like something that we can easily focus on. Because I mean, you're always eating, you're always in a specific space, you know, you're always doing something that connects you to God, whether you know it or not. So, like, your environment, digestion, and your motivation are always easily interacted with, you know. And then perspective is something that for me feels very subconscious. It feels like something that just happens. And I understand that being a spiritual person, you tend to realize that it's not really something that just happens. If you are more serious about what it is that you want to focus on, then that's what's going to be your reality. For example, there's this other tweet that I saw where somebody was speaking on how psychologists speak on actors needing psychology to connect them back to themselves because now they are too much like the character that they were playing for the last 6 months or the last year. They have become that person because they've put in emotion, they've put in conviction, and they've put in repetition. And these three things are the things that they remind us of when it comes to manifestation and all of that. That they're just telling you that you need to keep telling yourself these things. You need to remind yourself of the emotion that you want out of it, you know, what kind of life that you want so that it can become your perspective. Anyway, that was a tangent. My perspective is like 1-3. So the one is survival, right? So I get this one because it's a primal need to see how I will survive, right? And for me, if something doesn't feel like I'm gonna survive, I start having the biggest anxiety. Like I'm more of the kind of person who wants to know that things are gonna work out, you know? And it's sort of interesting to see because my motivation is what's connected to my survival, right? So if I don't have faith that I will survive or I will do well or things will work out, then what will happen is that my fear starts to set in. My fear starts to be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to fall off a cliff, even though we're not even near a mountain. So that's what I mean when I mean that your motivation connects to your perspective. Anyway, that's my chart. Loving sweetness. I'm going to try invite you again to be a speaker so that we can do your chart as well. Thank you for coming back. If you can see the notification for the mic, can you please can you please request the mic and then I'll accept. If anybody has questions, we should all have access to the mic. If anybody has questions, please do let me know. And we can have a chat while we wait for loving sweetness. I must sing a song now. Where's my favorite song? Yes, loving sweetness, accept. Or you can like if you're on your phone, just click on the mic and then I'll accept. What's wrong? Oh, can you not chat? Oh no. No, don't worry, it's fine. I'll just get your chart up and then we'll do that. And then at the end, I'll just ask everyone else if they noticed anything. Just give me a second. Don't worry about it, man. I would have loved to speak to you, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna do your chart now. Let me just do it quickly. I'm almost done, guys. You're just gonna have to listen to my voice for a little bit. Skies are blue. Dreams are you. Hey. Wish upon a star. Hey, what's up? Text me on the DMs. I'm still just I'm making sure that I have all the details right so I can put your chart up. Na 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 na. Whoa, your chart looks cool. God damn, girl, so many open centers. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, and we're gonna start with the first one was digestion. So if you can look at the pictures, I hope you have your chart in front of you as well. We're going to start. Oh, so yes, yes. We're gonna start with digestion, right? That's the blue one, very, very blue one. Yours is, like I was saying to everyone, you look at the numbers. So the first number is the color, and the second number is the tone. Now, not a lot of places explain the tone. That is a deeper part. It's a deeper part of the actual chart. Okay. So yours is a 6-3 pointing left. So 6 is light, 3 is sorry. 6 is light, it's pointing left, so direct. Oh wow, okay. And then your tone 3 is outer vision. Okay, outer vision. I actually need to give me a second. So outer vision is your strongest sense, right? That simply means that you need to focus on. You're probably gonna have to text me so I can send all this stuff to you. But outer vision is one of your highest potentials is seeing how things can come together. That basically means that you are able to intricately tell what is going on around you more than anyone else. You probably can tell even if it's gonna rain, you could probably tell that because you're so good at seeing the details of what's going on outside of you, right? And if you haven't tapped into that, chat to me in the DMs. Okay. And then this being left facing or direct light, that basically means that anything that you do that has to do with digestion. So food, information, when you're studying, all of that stuff, you need to do it during the day. Sunrise to sunset. No time before that, no time after, because you work better within direct light, right? If there's anything that you have to do and it's at nighttime, make sure the lights are on. If you are able to get those Bluetooth lights that change colors, you can even make it an orange light or like a yellow light, like a warm light that feels like the sun, so that you can concentrate better. Okay. And then even with food, um, you should be eating your first meal after the sun rises and your last meal just before the sun sets. If you haven't tried this yet, do see if you have the opportunity to try it maybe this week. When it comes to digestion, it is something that you have to do yourself. Like it's something that you have to repetitively do so that you can see whether it works for you or not. Okay. Then the next one, if you have any questions, you will DM me. Um, then the next one is environment. Your environment is 6-2. Okay. So 6 is transition. Oh wow. Your chart is different. I've never seen this one before. Well, I have seen it. I just haven't done any readings with somebody as it before. So you are a 6-2, right? 6-2 pointing left. That is transition, and that is natural transition. So if you read here, sorry, it is natural coast. So the other one doesn't say transition. The other one, it's called shores. Yeah, it's called shores. So if you look at your chart, environment would be called shores. So when they say transition, they basically mean where two things meet, or two yeah, where many things meet in one space. So like how the ocean meets the sand, that's the shore, right? So you should be in spaces where you can interact with other people as well. So you need to be connected. You need to be at the edge of, say, oh, okay, then that's a very bad example. You need to be on the edge of either, say, a farm and the city, or the city and like something else, like nature and maybe what's a thing that we use now? Intelligence. It's not called intelligence, technology. So you need to be closer to things that are within different things. Like you see what it says here, natural coast, like forest. So the forest is basically your trees connected to the earth. Um, the meadow. I know what a meadow is, man. You see English words, guys. Give me a second. Yes, the meadow is like the path where flowers meet. It's where the wildflowers are, but where the path meets, for example. So you are within that, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. Yeah. And then the mountain and the valley. Oh, that's what they were trying to explain. Okay, no, I'm reading it wrong. Like I was saying, you are the in between of two things that meet. So the natural coast, obviously, is the sea and the sand. The forest and the meadow is basically where the trees are and where the flowers, that field of flowers meet, right? And then the mountain and the valley, that would be where the mountain ends at the bottom and the pathway between the mountains. That's you. And then that's basically where there will be tension between two environments. So if you stay in a space, you need to stay in a space where there's two different things happening, right? But because you are a generator, yes, generator, and with sacral, you need to make sure that your gut says yes every single time. It needs to be a hell yes, please, and never a maybe. Because if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. Okay. You will. I don't. I wish I could chat to you right now because I'm sure there's spaces where you've noticed that there's two different elements coming together, and you are able to mesh those two elements. Whether it's you being, this is a bad example, but you being, say, a manager, but also being a part of the employees. You know how to put those two things together without only being that one thing. You're not just the manager, you're also the friend who helps out the employees. And you're not just the employee, you're the employee that also helps out yourself or also helps out other managers, if that makes sense. Very bad example, but that's my example. Um, and then what else do they say here? Oh, yes. And the best places for you to live, like I was saying, is obviously maybe the coast. You might need to have a place just outside the forest, um, or by the mountains, or even where two cities meet. Like if you are able to get to a space where you're not in Johannesburg, but you're not in Pretoria, like if you live like that, um, that might be best for you. But I think there's other ways, and I'm gonna have to send you pictures and stuff like that. There's other ways to experience this if you're not able to move to those places. I did actually put a post. Let me see if I can find it. I put a post up the other day about environment specifically. Um, Blood on scene. No, that's motivation. Sorry. Okay, I'm just trying to find it. Mountains, valleys. There we go. Um, yes, so two different spaces. So I'm gonna send this to you on the DMs. So you can even make it seem like it's two places just by how the walls or how the paint is in the house. Let me send it to you by. That's the one I'm speaking about. I hope that example sort of explains it a bit more for you. Hey, you're writing. Okay, wait, let me read it. Read. He's like, wherever I'm speaking, because oh, hey. So, hey, when human design connects to who you are. If y'all aren't reading what she's saying, she's currently an intern stepping into manager's roles. Eh? That is literally your environment at work. Okay, and then what's the other thing that you said? Also living about 4 blocks from the mountains. Eh? Guys, I, if you're not part of human design, don't know the fuck you're doing. Because, I mean, we could literally be great if we just listen to our bodies. Literally. And human design is literally just showing us that that's exactly what we can do. Okay, let me get to the other picture, Kla. You, Mujeresko. Where's my thing? Okay, the next one is motivation. If you have any questions, please do comment them now so I don't miss it. So I don't miss it. Motivation, top right arrow. That is the 5-5. Okay. 5-5 pointing right. So 5 is guilt. pointing right is conditioned. Okay, so guilt usually has to do with fixing, and it's not a bad thing being a fixer, especially if you have guilt motivation. It means that you have come here to fix. Um, so let's see what it says. Conditioned, being fixed. So I think that means more of like not changing. Impacted by the penta, the global consciousness, not by the conditioner, selflessly operating. Ooh, what big words! What big words you speak, oh human design. Give me a second. Desire. So it seems like you're more connected to the collective consciousness. Um, and there's certain things that move you about the collective consciousness. And the way that you move is based on what you connect to or what you hear within, let's say, the spiritual world. Because this is talking about the collective consciousness. You're more inspired or connected to the collective consciousness than you are to the matrix. Okay, and the things that you hear that might be connected to this allow you to fix anything in the astral that will do a ripple effect to the 3D. Let me see if I can actually find. There it is. Okay, so when it comes to desire, they say desire to learn and be involved in the process of learning, non-specific learning. And then they say incorrect motivation is doesn't want to learn, loses desire to get involved in learning. Okay, that's the one. Let me know if I should send them to you. Um, this other one says your mind picks up. Next. Your mind picks up information associated to desire. So remember, desire is an emotion. It's a feeling. It's basically something that makes you want to move your body. Because remember, desire is more than it's one of the very deepest emotions that we have. Sometimes you can't even be stopped if you have a desire to do something or be something. Um, oh wow, yeah. So that's definitely true that it's connecting to your Aquarius sun. Um, that definitely means a lot about being humanitarian. And if you feel that's who you are, that basically means that anytime that you need to do anything, that motivation of wanting to help people, spiritually or not, you'll know. You'll know intuitively because this is in your DNA. You will know when it is time to start. You will know when it is time to like do something, anything. And then remember, it's also how you begin your manifestations. So whatever it is that you want to do is probably aligned to this motivation. Hmm? Wonderful. Baba, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to give you my phone. Give me a second. Just now, ne? Go ask for daddy's, Baba. I'm gonna come now. That's keys. Almost done. Okay. Um. Then the other one. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Then the last one is your perspective. So remember what I was saying, motivation and perspective should link to each other. So yours is 5-4, right? If we look at that, hey, I keep losing where I am. Okay, for perspective, if you look at that, 5 is probability. Okay, here to have the capacity to see what is going to happen. Realistic, or this is like I think Divine Mother also has this one. Pragmatic, more focused, and right assumption of expectations, right? So as much as you may be connected to the consciousness of the world, or the consciousness of the universe, you still need to have that small bit of logic that you connect to it. Like, is this something that can happen? Right? Is it something that I believe can happen? Remember probability. Always remember probability. Um, yes. So to answer your question on the DMZ, that is correct. You are still in alignment, girl, and you will still be in alignment as long as you're doing it for other people, in a sense. Because as much as it's for other people, it's still also for you. And something that you mustn't forget is that timelines or time is not linear. So something that you are able to do now or see now will affect or connect to anything in the future and anything in the past. Because remember, because it's not linear, there is a possibility, because remember, everything connects to source, there's a possibility that somebody, even in the past, would have heard your information, whether it's like a download or anything like that, they would have still connected to it. So as much as it feels like the people that you're trying to connect to may not see it, there will always be someone, I promise you. Always. There will always be someone. And then the one that is a distraction would be see more the possibility than probability. So it's saying that's possible, not saying a probability, lack an expectation, right? So you need to know that, okay, my expectation of this is this. And that's how you connect it to your motivation. Always connected to the fact that, you know what, I am trying to fix certain things within the environment or within the collective consciousness, but I'm also connecting it to an expectation. But your expectation, like your question, is not specifically meant to be like that. The expectation needs to connect back to the fact that it will always align and it will always find the right people, because you can put a tweet right now, right? And somebody will see what you are saying. You can speak on a live or what's this thing called space, and somebody will hear what you're saying, whether it is something that you've learned, something new that you've learned, or something new that you've understood. It will always connect to who it needs to connect to, because nothing is a coincidence and nothing is a mistake. Oh, I think that's about it. Okay, do you have any other questions? Does anybody else have any questions? Does anybody want to speak, or do you have anything that you've seen? Anybody at all? I'm gonna start singing if nobody wants to talk. Oh, and while I'm waiting for the question, just remember, these are the best things to align with your strategy and authority. So you already know your type. Oh, you're not sure. Okay, give me a second. Let me find a way to explain this easier. Give me a second. Okay, so possibility is something that may happen. It's like a guess. You are guessing, and you're not supposed to guess. Probability, let me see. This is more likely to happen. So possibility is like hoping that will happen, and then probability is that it's likely to happen, like it's more likely to happen. So the other one is, for me, possibility is based on hope, where probability is based on everything that you've already seen around you and connected and been like, okay, so this is going to happen. You can already, what's the thing that I was speaking about before? Okay, you are shores, you are guilt, you are outer vision. There we go. That's the connection. Your outer vision will always give you the answer to what it is that you're looking for. You can tell by your environment. You can already tell by what's happening around you. You have an eye to see the probability of things. Because possibility, remember, it's a guess. It's a guess. It's like me coming onto the space and guessing that, oh, probably going to be 20 people on my live, right? But if I had the eye that you have, I would have noticed that, okay, the tweet that I had sent in the morning was only seen by 4 people. I'm more likely to only have 4 people on the space because I sent it quite late in the morning and there were a certain number of people who actually liked it or retweeted it. That's where you see probability. It's like finding, you're almost like Sherlock Holmes. You can find the small little intricate details in life, whether it's in actions, in your environment, in words. You can find that because that's already in your DNA. It's in your innate knowing. Hope that makes sense. Please tell me if that makes sense. Oh, child, I've been talking forever. So, okay, cool. So it does make sense. So nobody has anything else to ask. So I can go feed my child because he's well, not feed me and then tell him to eat. That's basically what I need to go do. Is everybody else fine? La Muzinda. Oh, I thought I was going to say it right. La Muzinda. La Muzinda. Yes. Divine Mother, are we all good? Okay, I think we're all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this. And if you need to listen to it again, please do listen to it again. And then if you have any questions, my DMs are open. This basically was free PHS readings for all of you. It was free PHS readings for all of you. So if you liked how I explained it to you, please let your friends know, and your friends know, and your friends know that I am helping people find healthier ways. Okay? They must be healthy. Find your blueprint and be healthy so that we can all be healthy as well. Because remember, we're all a collective. If the arm doesn't work, the hand won't work. Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. It was really nice chatting to you guys. And I hope what I shared was good. Love you guys so much. Thank you. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to those of you guys who are mothers. Yeah. I don't know who else is a mother here, but happy Mother's Day. Bye, guys.